Hey everybody, welcome to your May 2022 Creativity Tarot reading with me, Stella Wilde. So watch for your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, and your Venus sign. Timestamps are in the description of the video. In this reading, we'll take a look at your creative energies for the month ahead. And remember, we are all creators of our own life. So you don't have to necessarily be a writer, artist, dancer, filmographer, videographer, whatever. We are all creators. So hopefully this reading will give you some inspiration of how you can use your positive creative energy for the month ahead. One thing to note about this month's reading and the astrology is that Mercury goes retrograde. Yes, our favorite thing, on May 10th until June 3rd. So of course, when Mercury is retrograde, we like to use the re-words. So revise, review, regroup, reassess, all of those types of things. So try to look after May 10th of how you can, maybe go back and do those types of things for whatever you are focusing your attention on creatively in the month ahead. All right, Aries, let's see what's going on for you in the month ahead with your creative energies, what you need to know, and then we will clarify this card with some tarot. Aries, what do the Aries people need to know? Ooh, very beautiful. What's going on here? Well, we got some passion. We got some red hot passion. I'm kind of not surprised to see this because Mars will be entering its home sign of Aries on May 24th. Jupiter will also be in Aries as of May 10th. So despite the fact that Mercury's retrograde, particularly toward the end of May, Aries, you may indeed be feeling a lot of passion in your world with your creative energies. Your juices should be flowing. Okay, so we have here, it will take passion for you to push through your self-criticism to get to a place of confidence. Okay, so let's work with the Mercury retrograde energy with this. So revisit and review maybe how you're sabotaging yourself and being too critical of a project that is in motion already. And how can you find your passion and play and enthusiasm for it to bring out more confidence? Okay, so let's see what we need to know. Okay, because of course, criticism thwarts us. It is not helpful, as we know. So the way to combat that is oftentimes what happens is self-criticism is often rooted in fear. It can be rooted in people-pleasing when you really are thinking about too much about other people and what they want from you or what you think they're going to expect from whatever it is you're creating. And while, depending on what you're creating, yes, it's important to consider your audience. But in the initial throes of creating something, it is about following your passion and enthusiasm. If you're thinking too much out there and not enough focused inward and expressing that fount of creativity, you end up with a lot of blocks, mental blocks, emotional blocks, etc., in what you're trying to do. So the passion is the key. If you are not feeling passionate joy and drive and those juices flowing with whatever it is you're doing, take a look at how maybe the focus is too much outward and look at how maybe you can, maybe you need to set it aside. It's just going to depend on your personal situation and find another angle of approach to bring out that passionate enthusiasm. All right, let's see what we need to know so that you're not criticizing yourself. Look at Ace of Swords. Wow. Okay. And the Six of Pentacles. I'm not surprised to see that. And the Ace of Cups. Wow, Aries. This is such a clear message. Look at these two gorgeous aces. Six of Coins in the middle. So the Six of Coins is about rebalancing. It can be like a 60-40 situation going on. So as I said, it is important to consider other people. Yes. But the predominant weight of whatever it is you're creating with this passionate energy, 60% of it should be focused on you. So with this Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups, it's how can you bring your thoughts, Ace of Swords, back to yourself and your own desires, Ace of Cups. But aces are about the self for me. They're number one, the self. So how can you find the happy medium and the happy balance, right, between yourself and what you hope the audience will get from your work, or the recipients of your work, whatever that is, your audience could be, whatever it might be. All right, so gorgeous energies here. I would say though, with the Ace of Swords can sometimes be something that does have to be pruned, cut away, edited, streamlined, something like that, which works with the Mercury retrograde energies this month. I feel this Ace of Cups really is about your passion and your drive, and it is about that reinvigorated energy all Aries will feel with Jupiter and Mars in their sign. So this goes back to speaking about passion from the heart, and are you really feeling that sense of creative freedom and not, again, worrying? So this is really about, also Ace of Swords could be like, what conversation are you having with yourself about your project and the balance of it, right? Like I was saying, between you and the audience, because, we have self-criticism going on here, which is a conversation with oneself. So this is also saying to me, because of the aces, it's saying to me, instead of being, with super critical, as swords can sometimes be, it's time to be a little more gentle and loving with yourself as well. The Ace of Cups here. So, this is really what we have going on here is left brain, right brain, in my opinion. So the left brain has its purpose in creativity, but so does the right brain. All right. And this, of course, is a somewhat simplistic explanation, but the left brain is that analytical side. It is the editor, so to speak. But if we're trying to do left brain things, if we're trying to analyze and pick things apart, when we're supposed to just be in the energy of flow, we're trying to do both at the same time. That's when we get blocked. That's when our passion goes, okay? So again, look, Six of Coins is in the middle. It is finding the happy medium and happy balance, and knowing when you should be in your analytical mind and assessing things, and when you need to be in simply that creative flow and not overthinking things. So it's very important for you to work with the energy of balancing out those two things. And doing that is going to help you let your hair down and let your hair flow free and be in that passionate energy of creation. All right, Taurus, let's see what's going on for you with your creative energies in the month of May. And happy birthday, by the way, Taurus. Okay, let's see what we have going on. Taurus. Whoa, all right, that one fell on the desk. That was the one that was meant for you. Ooh, what is this card? This looks a little ominous. We have introspection. Introspection is often necessary to deepen our awareness of the unity and divinity of life. Okay. Well, this really fits in with Mercury retrograde energies for sure. Mercury retrograde is starting out in Gemini, but it will be backtracking in your own sign. So this is a good time to maybe rethink your creative goals, I would say, and your investment of energy into them. Because we have here, deepen your awareness of unity and divinity of life. So are you feeling really aligned with your creative energies and creative goals, or has something been feeling a little off or out of whack? So this is good energy to work with in the month ahead. Remember, it's always about using the energies. All right, so let's see what we have here. Because what's interesting here, look how this guy is standing there. He looks like he's part of the trees. He looks very rooted. So it may be that, what am I trying to say here? Sometimes things like flash in intuitively, and then you got to find the words for it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like with this guy standing so rooted and so firm and so steady, you know, do you need to maybe plant yourself somewhere else or with another certain goal? Do you need more flexibility? I mean, he looks very like he's not going to bend. Okay. So that may be just something to think about. It's all about reassessment with Mercury retrograde. And as I said, particularly since it's in your sign and, you know, the first house of the self, about our goals. Are you being too rigid? I guess that's the word I'm looking for with something. And does it still align for you? All right, let's see what we have. We have the Seven of Wands. And we have the Two of Swords. Okay. And we have the Four of Swords. Alrighty. So I feel like I need one more card. I feel like I can't really. Let's do one more. Oh, wow. Well, I'm going to have to pull another one. Four of Pentacles. And the Two of... Oh, well, we have to stop at some point here, Taurus. All right, it's going to be up to you to figure out this situation. But, wow. All right, let's put these over here. We had the 4 and then the 2. So we have here you trying to decide between, I think two courses of action with some sort of creative project. All right. So again, you've got to go within because we have the Two of Swords and we have the Two of Pentacles. So there's two things involved for your month ahead. Two creative energies, projects, whatever. You have been mulling it over. You have the two fours here also. You have the Four of Swords and you have the Four of Pentacles. Excuse me. That's this one. The Four of Pentacles. So there is something that you've been kind of feeling, maybe Four of Pentacles, like rigidly holding on to something. So, and even with this, which is kind of like, I don't want to think about it. And also the Two of Swords, I don't want to think about it. Or you're having doubts. The key to this reading, you know, there's always an energy that leaps out at me. And the energy that is leaping out very strongly is the first energy that I pulled, which is the Seven of Wands. So that is about being independent, going against the grain, doing things your own way, a little differently, regardless of what other people are doing or saying or thinking about whatever it is you are engaged in. But that course of action, you have doubts about it here. I think there's something here where you need to assess your own tolerance for risk, creative risk taking. Because as I said, some of these energies, they're very like rigid. And there may be two things that you're evaluating. You have your doubts about those two things, though, because we have the Two of Swords here also. So I would say use this period of introspection to maybe come up with a third thing. That's what I'm kind of intuitively feeling here. I think you may come to the conclusion, if you really sleep on this, Four of Swords, and work with your subconscious, I think you might come to the conclusion that the two things you're holding on to for dear life, both of them aren't it either. That both of them are just not really pushing the envelope enough like a Seven of Wands would be. So I would encourage you in your time of introspection this month to really look at that energy, Taurus, of maybe coming up with a third thing that's going to help you break out of the box and showcase your talents a little more, and not play it safe. This is like something, both of these things, it's about playing it safe, that there's a sense of not willing to take a creative risk. So the person who dares wins usually. So there's something there with that for you to think about, Taurus. All right, Gemini, let's look at your creative energies for the month of May and see what's going on for you. Gemini, Mercury going retrograde in your sign. And of course, it being your ruler, you need to pay particular attention to this Mercury retrograde period. All right, Gemini, what do we have for you? Okay. We have pitch. Be as clear, concise, and professional as you can be when you explain your ideas to potential associates. And we have the number 5 here, which of course is the 5th month, but also the 5th day of the month may be important. So depending on when you're going to be pitching something to people, this is good advice for Mercury retrograde to really, I think, maybe rehearse and plan what you're going to say, because we have here be clear, concise, and professional when you explain your ideas. And we know during Mercury retrograde periods, communication snafus happen, miscommunications, or you forget to say something, all of those types of things. So it's really helpful when you are doing a pitch to practice it, to have different lengths of pitches as well. So like an elevator pitch that would last 10 seconds, a pitch that would last 30 seconds, and then maybe a minute or two pitch, depending on how much time you have with a particular person. So this involves a lot of clarity of mind on your part also, because you have to know exactly what your idea is, the benefit it would have for other people, etc. So let's see what we need to know about this for you, Gemini. And this can even be, we look at everything as a metaphor with these readings. This could even be pitching ideas to yourself, right? When you're trying to figure out, because my goodness, right? Gemini, you are just a fountain of ideas. So when you're trying to hone in on which ones you want to work on, you may have to have, a clear, concise, and professional pitch to yourself to determine which project to focus in on next as well. All right, so that's something to think about when you're trying to make up your mind. All right, let's see. Oh, we have the Ace of Wands, beautiful. And the Ace of Cups, wow. And the Fool, oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Oh, I'm getting chills down my legs, Gemini. So Gemini, what I feel is you could be very, very successful in the month ahead with pitching some sort of new idea to business colleagues, maybe for an artist grant, because we have the Ace of Cups here also. We have the Fool, which is new beginnings. So, but I think this needs to be done before May 10th. All right, so with these two number ones here, so by the end of the first week of May, it's going to be important for you if you are wanting the involvement of other people, whether through funding or resources or energy or time or whatever. If you need the help of someone else in whatever capacity, or whatever it is, definitely by the end of the first week, I think you could get a very favorable response with the Ace of Cups here. And the thing to really emphasize, in my opinion, with this pitch is the freshness, the Fool, the freshness, the freedom, the expansion, the innocence, the passion, of course, with the Ace of Wands, the sense of renewal, energetic renewal and refreshment, and just wild possibilities, as I like to call them, with whatever your project or idea is. Really emphasize how this has never been seen before, the Fool, that it takes a totally fresh approach. And you yourself may be coming up with a very exciting, fresh approach with some sort of topic or project, whatever it is you're doing in the world, that really could be very, very exciting, Gemini. I feel like there's something gorgeous here for you this month. Yeah, I love this for you. And aces for me are about the self. So you have very positive energies here to promote, Ace of Wands, your heart-centered new beginning idea to other people. This is a seed. There's some sort of beautiful seedling that could really start to get underway. I think the seeds could be watered, since we have the Ace of Cups here, by at least one other person, some other person this month. Because the way to get them on board is to have them buy in on the sense of adventure and expansion that this new idea, this proposition, this project, whatever it is, can bring to their lives as well. So you're really pitching them, and selling yourself on this freedom of expansion and vision. All right, so this is gorgeous. And whatever you're doing in the world creatively as well, you could get some good news with a creative project in the month ahead. So there could be an acceptance of, maybe something you're writing, and there could be an award, there could be funding. I mean, just in general, looking at these beautiful energies, there could be an opportunity to travel to a conference because we have the Fool here. You may not travel this month, but it could be like you get the green light, you get the go ahead. Yes, please come to our conference, something like that. Or you discover the exact right conference for you and you book the trip. But I think the trip is not this month, it's later, maybe in August. It could be July too, July or August. So this is fantastic. This is fantastic energy, Gemini. Make sure you use these energies in the month ahead. All right, Cancer, let's see what's going on for you in the month ahead with your creativity energies. Cancer, what do they need to know? The Cancers. Ooh, look at that beautiful, cute little Cupid. And we have a new start for you, Cancer. Sometimes we must realize that what we have done needs to be discarded and we must make a new start. And the number 66. Okay, yes. So this is a perfect time. Mercury retrograde. Realize what you have done has to just be tossed aside, discarded, as this card says. And you just gotta start over again. And start over again with love, because you got the Cupid angel here. Don't beat yourself up over it. All right, but this is a great time to do that, to reassess, figure out what needs to be discarded, and just begin again. The sense of renewal. All right, let's see. Cancer, what do they need to know? 5 of Cups, there you go. And the Empress, beautiful. And the 10 of Pentacles, okay. So there is the sense with the 5 of Cups of crying over spilled milk, right? So there is something that maybe didn't work out, maybe in the last 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months, and you're still kind of focusing on that. You still got a cup in your hand. This is just, and you're forgetting that there's 2 things over here you could still do. So that's energy. And with the number 5 coming up, that is energy to be really looked at, I think, and dealt with and put in the past for your month of May. This 5 of Cups needs to be wrapped up, done, finished, like, let's move on, okay? But don't beat yourself up. There's no reason to be like, oh, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. No, whatever. It happened. You learn, you move on. It's okay. All right, so let's put that aside. So what we have here is this new start, right? We must realize that what we have done needs to be discarded. And don't feel guilty about it. And we must make a new start. So here's the Empress, which is gorgeous that this card came out, because this is, of course, about the nurturing energy of creativity and being kind and gentle and loving to yourself and coming up with this new start. Also, she's about patience. And 10 of Pentacles is interesting here because this is about, of course, long-term investments. So what I would encourage you to rethink and reconsider about this new start is this is not something that's just going to be for a day or a week or a month. Whatever this new start is really has the potential to be a very long-term investment, both of these energies, of your creative life force energy. It may, because Mercury's retrograde, it may have its roots in the past. 10 of Pentacles is like a legacy card also, because it talks about family and inheritances. So it may have the roots in the past, but it is going to be an entirely, maybe not entirely, it has roots in the past, but has the essence, the primary essence or flavor of new creative energy. So in other words, I'm going to give an example of somebody I know who is a brilliant writer. But she decided for her own reasons, which I won't go into here, to leave that certain writing. She's published books. She decided to leave that identity behind because she felt it wasn't fitting her anymore. And she is a Cancer, right? She felt it wasn't fitting her anymore. So she has roots in the past of being a writer in a certain area. And she probably, if she watches this, She has a lot of new things going on in her life, which I'm very excited about for her. But this is about, discarding and being okay with the past and moving on and using the threads of her writing energy to create something entirely new. She has the skill set. She already knows how to do that. She learned a lot through writing her books and publishing them in a certain area. And now she wants to do something new. But that's the point I'm making with the Ten of Pentacles. There could be threads to the past. And I feel like whatever you decide to invest your energies in with this new start will have long-term future implications for you, Cancer, and also has the potential to touch many people's lives, because the Ten of Pentacles is also about groups of people, and also has the potential eventually to make you some money, to build a long-term legacy of financial success for yourself. Both of the Empress is about money too. But the primary focus not now is not now about money. It's really about long-term investment of creative energy in yourself and what you want to do. So you don't have to totally discard everything, right? Just what do we need to, we must realize what we have done needs to be discarded. So what we have done already, what we've done, not who we are. We're not discarding who we are. We're not discarding our skills and talents. We're discarding what we already did because, like I said, with my friend's example, maybe it doesn't fit her anymore. She wants a new creative challenge to use those skills in a new way. Okay, you got me, Cancer? So this is gorgeous, gorgeous energy for you. But use the Mercury retrograde to rethink how you want to do that. All right, Leos, let's see what you need to know for your creative life energy for the month of May. Leos, what do you need to know? Ooh, look at this. It's beautiful. Beautiful card. And we have dream. Connect to your intuitive dream world of metaphors and symbols. And the number 16. Interesting. That is the day of the big lunar eclipse. The lunar eclipse in Scorpio. Full moon lunar eclipse. Okay. So we know around full moon periods, we can have very vivid dreams. So, and with the, I know this is not a full moon, but we do have the moon symbol here in the card and dream. So there could be something happening around the 15th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, around that time period, that you get some sort of major download in a dream for your creative life, an inspiration, a way to fix something, solve a problem, again, Mercury retrograde, tweak something, etc. So it is very true that many of us often get creative inspirations and downloads for projects in our dreams. You could have a precognitive dream of how a certain project that you're working on is going to unfold or, manifest. So, wow. This to me, though, also, because remember, we look at everything as a metaphor and symbol when we look at oracle cards. It could be that you do Mercury retrograde. You do need to maybe reassess your dreams and see your creative dreams. Are they still working for you? Do they fit you? Are they aligned for you? So that's another thing to think about. Okay. Connect to your intuitive dream world of metaphors and symbols. All right, let's see what we need to know about that for you, Leos. Ace of Cups. Wow, that card's been coming up a lot, and I shuffle very thoroughly in between. And we have the Six of Cups. Wow. Oh, and a Nine of Wands. Okay. Alrighty. Well, we have aces for me, as I say, are about the self. So we have two very opposite energies going on here. We have the beautiful energy of the Six of Cups, which is, and this card looks like soul sisters, right? I love that energy here in this card. I love this deck so much. So this is lighthearted, carefree, energy of flow, the Six of Cups, especially with someone else. So connection with a soul sister, soul brother, soulmate, creative person who shares the same visions or ideas, or somebody who really supports you. Your muse even, we could look at this as your muse whispering in your ear, your spirit guides, whatever. So a loving presence in your life that supports you and your creativity. Versus the Nine of Wands, with you hanging in there. Look at her face. She's not happy. Hanging in there, exhausted, burnt out, overworked, stressed. So we have the difference between burnout and flow and lighthearted, carefree energy. And then we have the Ace of Cups, which, as I said, is about your heart-centered, emotional, and creative energies. What do you want? So if, your creative dreams are calling you, I think you've been very swept up in Nine of Wands. And hey, that happens sometimes. We live in the real world. We gotta work, pay our bills, do stuff, right? But for me, in my opinion, a lot of life really has to do with trying to balance things out. And hey, I'm not the best at that. Don't get me wrong. I often really end up in Nine of Wands situations myself. So, but it is ultimately balance is best. So what this is saying to me is, yes, get your creative dreams on the front burner of your life this month. They may have been on the back burner because of a lot of stuff going on for you. Try your best, Leo, to put your creative dreams front and center in your life again. And I would also encourage you to connect with a creative companion, somebody whose company you really enjoy. Maybe you just go off and, write together, jam together, create together, whatever you do. Or maybe you just go and have a good time together in life, doing whatever, not necessarily your creative project, just to feel that sense of lighthearted, carefree energy of flow again, heart-centered flow that will do a lot to encourage you to spend more time pursuing your dreams as well. You may need just also a break because you have been pushing very hard here with the Nine of Wands. You may need creative play. That's what this is to me. But more importantly, it can also be about a dream from childhood. This is childhood energy, the Six of Cups. A dream from childhood, because this is our card, that's been really tugging at your soul, that needs to be done. Ace of Cups, that needs to start in some way. And maybe use the Mercury retrograde energy to figure out that balance, figure out how you can start really bringing this energy more into your everyday life in some way. Because, we only have so much time here on this planet, and you deserve to pursue your creative dreams as well, Leo, and not just be in this constant Nine of Wands moment. So I encourage you to spend time with this energy this month and see where that full moon in Scorpio, which, if you have Leo rising, is your fourth house of what nourishes you and what feeds you. So the middle of the month really could give you a very strong foundational shift if you're open to it. It's all about using the energy. All right, Virgos, let's see what's going on for your creative life in the month of May. Virgos, what do they need to know? The Virgos, creative energies. Virgo. Ooh, look at that beautiful butterfly. You're going to like this one, Virgo. Your wish is granted. Believe in your abilities as a magic maker to manifest your wishes. They will soon be your reality. And the number 10, which is the day Mercury goes retrograde and Jupiter goes into Aries. So that could be an important day for you, particularly with something maybe that you started in the past. Because, like I said, same day, Jupiter and Mercury retrograde. And Jupiter, if you have Virgo rising, Jupiter will be going into your 8th house of transformation, physical, mental, and emotional transformation, and other people's resources as well. So there could be something that has to do with a project from your past, maybe something to do with funding, and maybe that coming to fruition, or an old client coming back who, spent a lot of money with you, or, something like that with your business. So this is gorgeous. Believe in your abilities as a magic maker. You are a magic maker. To manifest your wishes. They will soon be your reality. Okay. So let's see what we need to know about that energy for you. And I love how we have the butterfly on here, which is a symbol for transformation, which fits with your Jupiter in the 8th house. Woo. All right, let's see what we got. Virgos, wish is granted. Ace of Wands, there you go. And the 8 of Wands, wow. And the 9 of Pentacles. I mean, could this get any better? And the 9 of Pentacles, which is your energy and also is about your funding, is about your independence. Wow. Okay. So this wish, we have the 8 and the 9. This could be, again, you have to remember it's a general reading and it is a possibility, but it is very possible. You get the yes from the universe. Ace of Wands is thumbs up, baby. And we have the 8 of Wands. So maybe by the 9th, again, that fits in with our 10 that we have here. We have Jupiter going into Aries, your 8th house. We have the 8 of Wands, which is, of course, we can look at the 8 and then the fire. So this jives together. And then we have your gorgeous energy here, a bird in the hand, an important message coming in with this wish being granted. Now, remember, this is a creativity reading. So this has something to do with your creative life, creative projects. This could be a yes of, your screenplay getting accepted, or your book hits #1 on some sort of bestseller list or something like that. 8 of Wands is the news comes in very, very fast. And I also think that this wish it's very possible that it has a couple of pieces that go with it, because the 8 is about a lot of different things coming in, or a lot of different possibilities. So we have the yes, and then we have different things associated with it, moving parts, so to speak, I think, that go along with this. So other opportunities that could be developing as a result of this thumbs up this month. This could be happening around your birthday, because we have Leo, Virgo showing up here. So whatever percolates this month with this wish granted has maybe tentacles into the future in August and September for you. But this is fantastic. And of course, there could be money attached to this wish as well, with your energy showing up. But this is something you have personally done. This is your energy. This is about being independent, and really, you've put a lot of effort. That's the other thing with the 8 of Wands. You have put a lot of effort into some sort of very personal, aces are about the self, very personal creative project. Ace of Wands Wands are about our creative energy, our physical energy. You're showing up here. You literally poured your heart and soul into whatever this is. And the universe is going to respond very favorably to it. So, gorgeous Virgo. All right, Libras, let's see what's going on for you with your creative energies for the month of May. Well, that one fell right off the top, so we'll take it. We have let go. We have what, if anything, can be done to let go of what is standing in your way. Oh, okay. So this is a good question to ask yourself during the Mercury retrograde, to reassess, review, and come up with the answer. What, if anything, can be done to let go of what is standing in your way? All right. Let's see what we need to know about that, Libra. Let go of what is standing in your way. What, if anything, can be done? Sometimes there can't be anything to be done. All right, let's see. I think there's often 99.9% of the time there's a solution. All right, we have the Hermit, and we have the Knight of Wands, and we have the 7 of Swords. Okay, so 7 of Swords isn't always about Fibonacci shenanigans. It can also be a strategy card. So I think you're going to figure it out. You're going to figure out what you can do in terms of what's standing in your way. what I would say could be standing in your way. I'm going to read the Seven of Swords. Yes, is two different ways. What could be standing in your way is your own proclivity to tell stories to yourself and move in the direction that is not fully true for you. Because Knight of Wands is about moving forward. So what is required to let go of are any ways that you trip yourself up by not being brutally honest with yourself about what needs to be done and how you need to do it and what you want and what's making you feel good about your projects, etc. So, okay, so what is standing in your way may be your own fibs to yourself. Oh, I'll make that work, or oh, it's okay, or I'll make do with that, or it's not that big a deal, or whatever. So, all right. Now, this is also a strategy card, as I said. So you're going to come up with a strategy by listening to your subconscious. Your Hermit is your Virgo energy, which is your 12th house. By listening to things that bubble up from the subconscious are going to give you key pieces of information to help you come up with a strategy to move forward creatively. Knight of Wands, with inspiration and passion. The Hermit card is also about listening to your higher self, your wise guides, your spirit guides, etc. So it's going to be important for you to tune in spiritually with yourself and not, brush that part of you under the rug or ignore it or whatever. So it seems like, spirit, the subconscious, etc., really wants to help you come up with a very honest assessment and strategy of what is needed so you can let go and move forward with excitement. You have the Knight of Wands here. That is passionate excitement. So that's the key here. That is the key. You need a little time by yourself to figure it out. You need some introspection. That's also the Hermit. So that will go a long way. Don't be running after, Knight of Wands, running after everybody and so busy that you don't have time to do this. Make this a priority for yourself. I would say particularly around the middle of the month when we have that full moon lunar eclipse, when, we have the full moon illuminating a lot of emotional situations that need to be finally let go of, which is the theme of this card. So that might be a really good time to shine a light and spend some time on your own to figure those things out. So interesting reading, Libra. All right, Scorpio, let's see what we have going on for you with your creative energies for the month of May. Scorpios, what do they need to know? Scorpios, one please, Scorpios. All right, well, we have some courage going on for you. Yeah, you might need it. I think we're all going to need it around the middle of the month with that full moon lunar eclipse in your sign. Have the courage to see the lessons in all situations and face them constructively. Okay? Have the courage to see all the lessons in all situations and face them constructively. Well, you are a brave sign, so you can do it. Of that, I have no doubt. And that full moon lunar eclipse is going to bring a lot of your energy to light, and what's going on in your world will be illuminated front and center, and what chapter needs to be closed out will be illuminated in all of our lives, but particularly in yours, because you are experiencing that energy in your sign. So face them constructively. That's the thing. There is some sort of creative lesson, information that will help you review and maybe fix something constructively, or deal with a creative issue in a way that will solve a problem. Ace of Cups. Oh my God, that card so many times today. And the Wheel, baby. All right, and let's see what else. And the Eight of Cups. Why am I not surprised to see that? Which is your energy and which is about walking away and letting something go. So the courage here is to trust the universe, which I know is not always easy. especially when we are faced with having to let go of something, or we choose to let go of something with the Eight of Cups. You could be wrapping up. I mean, here's another way to look at this energy. You could be wrapping up some sort of major project in your world at that full moon lunar eclipse. It's like birthing a baby, right? Again, a metaphor. It's that major. So you could be closing out a major project, chapter, situation in your life. We're gonna have a whole separate video just on that eclipse. But with these energies, in terms of your creative life, you could be wrapping up a certain part of your, career. If you've been engaged in a certain type of creative activity, you could be saying, I'm kind of done with that. I want to see what else is coming my way. And that's going to require courage. And oftentimes if we've been working on a project for a long time, we do have those, postpartum, so to speak, feelings after we've given birth, right? Metaphor, given birth to it. And then we're kind of left standing there going, all right, well, now what? Because our energy and attention has been so absorbed on that and we don't know what to do with ourselves. So that may be going on as well. But ultimately, what I feel here is having the courage to trust the universe, Wheel of Fortune, that it's time to really choose to eliminate and walk away from, Eight of Cups, anything that emotionally doesn't get you excited about your creative life. Any area, project, person, situation where you have invested energy that was a drag, didn't feel right, whatever, to let that go. And instead, really focus. Aces are the self for me. And this is Cups, your energy. Focus on the self. Focus on something new in your world. Now, you may get ideas this month. It's maybe best not to act on those until June, after June 3rd. But also, I think it's just about telling yourself, Ace of Cups, that the universe has your back. The universe will bring you new opportunities, new ideas, new associations. So it's really okay to let go and move on. And I know that that's not always easy for Scorpio because you're a fixed energy. It's not easy for Leo, Taurus, or Aquarius either. They're also fixed energies. Wherever we have fixed in our chart, we're often, resistant to change. So, and you got change right in the middle of this reading. You got the wheel. So something's going to be changing, I think, for the better, for the positive. Just have faith and courage, Scorpio. All right. Face this energy constructively, whatever situation is ending. You could, you could be in charge of this because it's the Eight of Cups, which is your energy. And you could just be like, yeah, I got to make this decision. Why do I keep focusing over here? This is not giving me the rewards I want, whether those rewards are, emotional, mental, financial, whatever. I'm just not feeling it anymore. And having the courage to face that and cut your losses, so to speak, I think is great. And I think, as soon as you do that, the universe is going to bring in something else for you, a fresh inspiration and a new direction for you to go in. All right, Sagittarius, let's see what's going on with your creative energies and creative life for the month of May. Saggies, what is going on? Ooh, we have Explore. That's a very Sagittarius energy. Trust your imagination to help you journey through your inner landscape to find what you seek. Oh, and the number 8. Okay. So this is about exploring the inner realms, not so much the outer realms. So trust your imagination to help you journey through your inner landscape to find what you seek. So you could be taking, I'm getting a little buzz. You could be taking a trip down memory lane, Sagittarius, with past people, places, situations, memories, stories from the past, and finding some golden nuggets in those, I feel, to help you with your creative life, your creative inspiration. So I think, because again, Mercury being retrograde, so I think you're gonna, if you go and explore your past, you will find some very fresh, new, exciting ideas you can work with this month. And trust those. Trust your imagination. Trust, what are you seeking? I mean, that's something to look at here, right? Help you journey through your inner landscape to find what you seek. What you're seeking has a connection to the past, has a little bit of an answer based in the past. There's something connected with that. Or it could be with a past person, past project you worked on. Maybe it could be something you read in the past, even something you wrote in the past. All right, let's see, Saggy, what we need to know. The Tower. All right. And the Two of Swords. And the Five of Wands. Okay. So what I feel here is that, the Tower can be about a mind-blowing idea. It could be just something that totally rocks your world. Doesn't always have to be something that is a shocking event. What I feel like what's going on over here, Five of Wands for me can be a lot about disorganized, spinning your wheels energy. The energy's just very discordant. And then we have the Two of Swords, which is about doubt. Mental doubt. I don't know which way to go. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but nothing's really sticking, getting done. These two together are definitely spinning your wheels big time. So what I feel is take a break from that energy and use the Mercury retrograde period to explore your past. And you may indeed find a very surprising, valuable, exciting inspiration, connection, download. This is the Great Awakener. This is Uranus energy. This is lightning fast, like eureka moments. But it's going to come from setting aside this and having a little wander, a little just relaxing wander, exploration through the past for you. And just being open to seeing what rises to the surface. This may also involve you sleeping on it. Like maybe you find some stuff from the past in your notebooks or wherever. And then you go to sleep and you wake up, Tower, eureka, with the idea, or you wake up in the middle of the night of how to use that and whatever information you're seeking to solve a problem or start something new. So this is going to come very suddenly, of course. The Towers, you can't be like sitting around waiting and being, that's it. The Tower, when it strikes fast with lightning clarity. You don't have to sit around and wonder, is that the thing? You will know. You will know. So yeah, try to not get too swept up in this month. The overthinking and running around after things that are very ephemeral and aren't going to stick anyway. You'll know the right thing when it comes in because it will come in fast and without a doubt. And it will electrify you and electrify your energy. And in that way, it will stick. You won't be able to get it out of your mind. And you will know that that is the right course of action to pursue. Capricorns, let's see what we have going on for your creative energies for the month of May. Cappies, what's going on for them? Capricorn. Ooh, what is this? We have a crane. Gorgeous. And we have some success, Capricorn. I like that. Enjoying your life and the unfolding of your creative abilities as much as possible is real success. And this is a perfect message for you because the sun is in Taurus, which is your 5th house of creativity. Enjoying your life and the unfolding of your creative abilities as much as possible is real success. So this is a month to enjoy yourself. Enjoy your creative energies. All right. And in so doing, you'll feel successful. And there could be some good news on the way with this success. Everything's a metaphor, as I like to say. And cranes are often arbiters of good tidings, but they're also about being on your own. So it's about spending some time in your creative solitude, doing what you truly enjoy and makes you feel successful as well. So make sure you carve out some time for yourself this month, Capricorn. All right. And whatever you like to do. Let's find out about this success. What does Capricorn need to know? Capricorn. Six of Cups, beautiful. The Star, gorgeous. And the High Priestess, wow. All right. Very interesting, because the High Priestess and the Six of Cups, for me, and every reader reads a little differently, but for me, they both have echoes or seeds with the past. High Priestess can often denote many, many past lifetimes of deep service to one's intuition. And because there's always something hidden behind her curtain. So this is like the things that are hidden, like our past lives, right? Things that we unconsciously or subconsciously sense, but we don't always consciously realize certain things about that. Six of Cups is very much also about the innocent connection that two people have, like from childhood, where they seem like they know the other person forever. And of course, children are much more open to, and, just blurt things out that may have something to do with past lives and things like that. Like they don't filter or question. They have a much stronger connection, usually before age 5, 2 or 6 even, to, what went on before they incarnated. So in this lifetime. So both of these energies are very much about the past lives. And then we have the Star here. So, which for me is a lot about the North Star direction, your divine life purpose to be following. And the Star can also be about creative success as well. And we are asking about the card of success. So you have had whatever is your most profound creative connection with self currently. You have had many lifetimes doing it. There is something about this particular lifetime right now that is paramount to another level of development and success with whatever that is. You reached maybe a certain point, but in this lifetime, you have the potential to reach an even greater point with that particular skill or talent. It's about believing in yourself, the Star. Absolutely. So there could be very good news with any type of creative endeavors for you. There could be some sort of fame, publicity. There could be the acceptance of a creative project. There could be an award. But this is also, with these two energies, you've been working on this for a long time. Yes, in past lives, but also in this lifetime. Overnight success is really a misnomer, because nobody knows or sees how much time went in behind the scenes. You have put in much time, High Priestess, working on your own, the crane, behind the scenes, tuning into your spirit guides, because you can look at that card as this card as that energy as well, to channel your creativity and put it in whatever form that you like to put it into. And you could see the evidence of all that hard work this month coming to fruition. Overnight success. Again, no such thing. You've put in so much work, Capricorn. So this is beautiful, beautiful energy. And the Star too is also like the Sun card. It is really about allowing yourself to shine, to be proud of yourself, to not hide your light under a bushel. Yes, Capricorn, humility is being humble is, yes, it can also be associated with Virgo, but Capricorns can be humble as well. And humility is all well and good. But I would suggest that you allow yourself to bask in the glow and really acknowledge your hard work and acknowledge the success that is likely headed your way this month. Don't be hiding your light, Capricorn. Let it shine. And also, I feel that you are a very important creative inspiration to other people in your world. You may not even realize, because it could be hidden, you may not even realize how you're inspiring other people, especially younger people, with what you are doing, with your creative energies that you're putting out into the world. And for some people out there, you may indeed be a beautiful, shining beacon of what can be accomplished. So that's another reason to really allow yourself to shine as well. So very, very exciting energies here, Capricorn. All right, Aquarius, let's see what's going on for your creative life for the month of May. Aquarius, what is going on? Aquarius, ooh, this is beautiful. Look at that peacock strutting its stuff here. It's time for some growth, Aquarius. Feel open, willing, and proud of your desire to explore new opportunities for self-development. Beautiful. Feel open, willing, and proud of your desire to explore new opportunities for self-development. Gorgeous. Okay. So we know Mercury is retrograde after May 10th. So it might be good to explore those opportunities for growth that you maybe tried to do before, but the timing was off, or something with a connection to the past that you have been wanting to do, that type of thing. Because it's you can revisit things during Mercury retrograde. That's fine. Something you already have a past connection to. All right, so whatever those opportunities for self-development might be that are connected to your past. All right, let's see. Aquarius, feel open, willing, and proud. There's the wheel. Okay, beautiful. And the King of Wands. So this is when Jupiter goes into Aries, which is your third house. And the Knight of Cups. Okay, beautiful. And it's interesting because the King of Wands can be like the peacock in that card, can be the type that likes to flash his or her feathers, so to speak. Okay. Open, willing, and proud of your desire to explore new opportunities. All right, so Jupiter in Aries, that's happening May 10th, the same day Mercury goes retrograde. This could be with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but this is also about that, exactly what this card is saying about being open, willing, and proud. I mean, this King of Wands energy is bold and bodacious, as I like to say. So, and he likes to take creative risks. So there's something here maybe about that. The universe bringing you an opportunity to take a creative risk, particularly with this Knight of Cups here, in meeting other people. Getting out of a comfort zone, meeting, greeting, enjoying, socializing. This can be doing a creative project with other people, going to a jam session, signing up for a class in your local neighborhood, something like that. Because Jupiter is going into your third house, which is our locale, our immediate environment. So things that you do, like I said, in your neighborhood, local town, or maybe one town over, something like that, would be great. So the universe may bring you an opportunity to connect with other people, especially in third house matters: writing, speaking, teaching, communicating, networking, sales, all of those types of things. So self-development, that is the key in those areas. So this King of Wands could be a leader in their industry who could be teaching you something in any of those third house areas. So I would say the perfect way to use this energy, and they may be a little full of themselves, but they do know what they're talking about. And you'll have a good time if you can go to some sort of seminar or class or something like that. This could even be a book you buy, that you read, that you connect with the author emotionally. I mean, it doesn't always have to be like something you're going out, but whatever the new opportunities for self-development are. But yes, you could learn a lot from this person. They really do know their stuff. And of course, this is Aries. This is your third house as well, as I was saying. So this is excellent energy to really ignite an emotional fire. King of Wands, Knight of Cups, within you, to get the Wheel of Fortune, to get the ball rolling in some exciting new direction. I think you're going to be feeling fired up and pumped from whatever this opportunity for self-development is. So use this energy, Aquarius. I think you'll be very happy if you do. This is fantastic energy. And because the wheel's involved, it really could come about unexpectedly. Like you could get a ticket at the last minute to go to a seminar, or a friend, Knight of Cups, could invite you. Please go. It could be really fun and really good for you and give you a lot, King of Wands, of just fired up, exciting inspiration. All right, Pisces, let's see what's going on for you in the month ahead with your creative energies. Pisces. Ooh, what do we have here? Gorgeous. We have recycle. We even have your fish here. Look at that. Learn from the past and apply it to creating your vision of the future. And the number 4. Okay, well, this is a perfect card for Mercury retrograde. Learn from the past and apply it to creating your vision of the future. Great. All right, let's see what we need to know about that for you, Pisces. The 4 of Cups and the Page of Wands and the 4 of Swords. Okay. So it's interesting that we have these 2 4s, and we had a 4 on this card. So the 4th of May may be important for you in some regard, or the number 4. Of course, the 4 refers to the foundation of our life. It refers also to the 4th house in astrology, which is about our home, our family, our roots, and what nourishes us and what feeds us. So what is nourishing and feeding your creativity? Learning from the past and applying it to create your vision of future. I feel like with the 4 of Swords showing up here, you may get this in a dream, this idea. Whatever this learn from the past is, this 4 of Cups is, the 4 of Cups, she's sitting under the tree with her arms folded, like, ho hum, nothing's happening. I'm disappointed. Nothing worked out thus far, but here comes the universe with some other possibility. But notice in this deck in particular, this possibility is very close to her brain here. So I do feel, and we have the subconscious energy here, I do feel like learning from the past and applying it to your future is very much going to come from you. Yes, normally we say this is like the universe bringing an opportunity. I think it's like you bring your own self the opportunity to figure it out by being open to learning from the past. Because sometimes we resist that. We don't want to look at it. And that might be something going on with the 4 of Swords. Maybe you just want to close your eyes and take a nap and not deal with something. But we can also say maybe through a dream you would get the answer. We have the Page of Wands here. So to me, this is likely to happen maybe after Jupiter goes into Aries on the 10th. But what this is also saying to me is that you could be moving forward in a very new direction for yourself, right? Because this is also about your vision of the future. But you do first have to take those first steps toward looking at the past and recycling what you learned and creating a new vision. She's asleep. You don't want to be sleepwalking through your life. There's your creative life. There's something new that needs to be created. You're going to find the answer, the inspiration, the seed of inspiration in recycling your past. But that's also, when we recycle something new is made out of the old. Right? I mean, they don't just take a number 4 bottle and just turn it into another number 4 bottle. They often turn it into a doormat, or they turn it into cat dish bowl or something. Like they take that raw material from that water jug or whatever, and they make something else out of it. So that's the important thing. That's something new. Page of Wands, something new does need to be created. But you've got to look at your own resistance here with these fours. Arms crossed and then sleeping, not wanting to look at it. Okay, so there's no rush. I mean, this is a good time to do this in the Mercury retrograde. But I would say by the time 4 weeks have passed, so by the time we get to June 10th, right, if the Mercury retrograde is on May 10th, it gets out of retrograde the 3rd. But I would say for a full month, 4 weeks, since we have 3 4s here, maybe give yourself the full 4 weeks. And then make sure at that point, June 10th onward, you are implementing some sort of new creative focus and plan for yourself out of the old, and not allowing this energy to stagnate, because that's also what these two can possibly be. Mental stagnation or not wanting to look, and emotional stagnation and not wanting to move forward and rather sitting just under the tree and, maybe wallowing a little. Okay, so... And the page is saying, come on, we want this new adventure. We want this new strategy to create and move forward. So I hope this makes sense for you, Pisces. Learn from the past and apply it to creating your vision of the future. And allow yourself to see the vision for your future as well. Don't go into that Four of Swords like, I don't want to know. You do want to know. You have a beautiful future ahead of your creative life, in your creative life. So thank you so much for joining me for your creativity oracle and tarot reading for the month of May. Leave me a comment. Let me know what's going on for you with these energies and what you plan to redo, reassess, review, regroup on in the month of May during the Mercury retrograde period. All right. I love you guys. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde signing out.